All right, family, so listen, everybody talking about gold right now. And of course, some of your biggest stocks have been getting clobbered. Your Nvidias, your Microsoft, your Apples, your Facebook, Netflix been doing really good, right? And a lot of people just looking for trap, like, bro, like my big stock's getting hammered. I put out a play about gold because gold has been performing really well. Hey, if you've been watching the market like I've been watching the market, you know that things have been all over the place, right? You can't short the market, you're getting beat up. You're trying to go long the market, you're getting beat up. But there's some real sweet spots in the market that all individual investors right now can be making a killing on. And so one of the things that I always try to do is just help us navigate these spaces so that we can find some really dope plays in the market, right? So right now, we're gonna go outside of gold and we're gonna introduce you to the silver cloud. That's right, y'all. We're gonna show you some ETFs on silver. Actually, we're gonna show you 5 of them that's focused on silver. I know you didn't even think about it, but that you can get some really good returns. Why? Because commodity stocks are doing amazing right now. So today we're gonna give you 5 of them. But before we get into it, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and then share this out to somebody who you know need to get some returns in the market. But also, talk to us in the chat and tell us how can we best serve you and what do you like about this type of content. So let's get to it, man. Our number 1 stock ETF is SLV. Now, you know, I've talked about iShares, which is BlackRock, being one of the best funds that does ETFs, right? So SLV is a silver ETF, so it deals with silver miners, silver components, all the way around the board, right? The thing has a 0.5% expense ratio, which means every $10,000 invested, you pay about $500. I'm not mad at that at all. But watch this. Year to date, it is up 11.38%. 11.38% is better than any stock in the technology sector right now. Here's why. Because a lot of your great investors are going to safer bets, gold, silver, some of your boring companies like Waste Management. That's where they're going at. They don't want to be involved in none of the other stuff that's going on right now. And so what do we have to do? We have to say, hey, let's navigate a little bit. Let's pivot a little bit so that we can get into this game. So number 1 on the list is SLV. It is up 11% year to date. Number 2 on our list is SIVR, which is a physical silver ETF, meaning this ETF is composed of companies that hold physical silver. That's right, silver bells. Come on, you know the whole how that thing goes. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so this ETF has a 0.3% expense ratio, which means for every $10,000, you pay them about $300. But check this out. Not only that, guess what? Year to date is up 11.54%. Really, really good. Really, really good. Let's go a little further. Now, this one here is really good. Now we get into some deeper numbers, right? That's what I like to do. Get into some deeper numbers. SIL. Now, this is by another ETF fund that's really cool, right? It's called Global X. So Global X is another up-and-coming, really, really, really good fund. They have some dope ETFs over there for sure. Now, watch this one. This is a miners ETF. So these are people who actually mine the silver, right? So there's different types. There's people who mine the silver. There's people who actually sell the silver. There's people who hold the silver. The commodities is such an amazing thing, right? So this ETF has an expense ratio of 0.65, which is about $650 for every $10,000 invested. But look at the return on it. The return is 30% year to date. That is a technology type of boom already, right? So watch this. This one is pretty good. I want you to keep your eyes on this. Not worried about that 0.65 at all. I think that is truly a way for us to get some great exposure to silver. Now let's go a little further, man. Right, we got SILJ, which is an amplified junior silver miners, which means smaller company, right? Smaller fund, right, with a smaller set of miners inside of it. This ETF is really, really strong as well. The ETF has a 0.69% expense ratio with a year-to-date return of 27%. Now, Trap, how in the hell is these commodities having these explosive gains? And I'll tell you why. Right? So as investors pivot, they want to find safe places to go. So what they doing? They going to ETFs, or actually buying real gold. They're buying real gold, they're buying real silver, they're buying real commodities. But also these components are also essential in a lot of things that we eat, a lot of things that we use. Think about that. Like there's actually food that have gold in it. There's actually a thing that has silver in it that you could drink, colloidal silver. Y'all didn't know about that? Y'all didn't know about that. It's actually good for you. So a lot of times what happens is people, investors, they try to find alternative ways to get great returns. They can go bonds, they can go commodities, they can go basic materials. All of these ways help you get great returns. So let's go a little further. Now we got this one here, which is kind of interesting, which is AGQ, which is by ProShares. Now this one is actually a leveraged silver ETF. Right now, what this one does is, this one, for every $1 that silver goes up, this one goes up $2. For every $2 silver goes up, this one will go up $4. Now, mind you, this one year to date is up 15%. Not as much as the other two I showed you, but more than the first two. It has an expense ratio of 0.95. Now, the thing about this is on the downside, if silver goes down $1, it goes down $2, right? So let me show you a dope way that I would play this game if I was you, and I'm trying to add silver to my portfolio, right? So let's say you got your top 5 stocks. So let's say you got Apple. Let's say you got Nvidia. Let's say you got Palantir. Let's say you got Costco. Let's say you got Berkshire Hathaway. What I would then do is I would add a silver ETF. I would probably add, right, to my mix. And then I would add SIVR to my mix. And if I wanted to be a little spicy, I'll add this right here. If I want to be a little spicy, so let's say out of everything, out of 100% of this, I would add 80% here and 20% here, right? So what I would do is, let's say I was putting $2,000 into this. Then what I would do here is I would say, now I'm gonna add 1,500 or maybe 1,300 into here, into my regulars, and then I would put 700 into these two. And out of these two, you know, I would split that up. I would put 500 into this one, and I would put 200 into that one. Because what happens is now I'm leveraged out. I'm still adding into my big dogs, but then I'm now taking a portion of this and I'm putting majority of that portion into the silver ETF that I like the most, which is, right? And then I'm gonna say, okay, I'll take 20% of that and give me a little more risk because I'm already bullish on silver. So I'll double down on my bullishness with AGQ. So that's how I would play that, man. So let's go back over it a little bit. Right, so now I'm just giving you how to balance your portfolio, because what you're gonna do is, you know, right now these are taking a beating. But what you should be doing is averaging into them, right? Buying into them, but then saying, hey, if I'm investing $2,000 a month, let me still put my money here, but instead of putting the 2,000, let me work this with 1,300, and let me work the other 700 over here and split that 80-20. So now we're building our portfolio. We're taking advantage of commodities being hot right now, and we just building out that way, man. So I hope y'all like this, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This is how we call it silver clouds, man. How to make money investing in silver right now, because commodities are going through the roof. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I see y'all in the trap, man. Salute.